This person really regrets walking away. So I'm going to pull charms from each of the bottles. For this is to be your reader, you need at least one thing from each of the bottles. With this one, a little personal, deep meaning. So you look at the pineapple and go, I know why there's a pineapple and a cat, a very elegant looking cat. I know why there's a spanner. Maybe they're a bit of a plumber. Maybe they're a bit of a spanner. But this person regrets walking away. We have an elephant. Elephants for me are about having really good memories and very strong family ties. We have a beautiful silver butterfly. And then we have some cherries as well. I'm going to pull some zodiac signs. We're looking for theirs, for yours. Sun, moon, or rising. We have Gemini, Capricorn, Taurus, Libra. Let's pull some letters. We're looking for their initials, first name, middle name, last name, your initials, nicknames, pets' names. We have, I just thought we had an Amy, but no, it's a W. But there we go, we have Amy, but that's a W. We have SKE. Someone wants to live by the seaside. We have an N, N, D, and an I. So let's do a 9-card spread. What do we need to know about this person that walked away from you? Because they're really regretting it. If you claim this reading, let me know. Private reading's always available. I have a reading where we do one question and we focus on that. We find your answer. And I have a reading where if you're in a situationship or a much more complex situation, we focus on one situation, but you send me all of your questions. So, and the reading is pre-recorded and you can watch it as many times as you want. Keep your link safe. Go back in a year and watch it and see what turned out. With hindsight, tarot readings become more clear. So what you need to know about this person that walked away, where's their head at the moment? The Star, they're hoping for forgiveness. They're being guided back to you, but I'm not sure if you want them back, because there's a feeling here, there's all that is, I don't want to forgive them again. If they didn't keep messing up, I wouldn't have anything to forgive them about. But there is also something in you where you still do care about them. You don't want anything bad to happen to this person. The world reversed, neither of you have really moved on. And the Eight of Swords, they caused you a lot of stress. It feels like part of you wouldn't want them to come back in again because you don't want to get caught back up in the absolute nightmare of their behaviour, because it does feel like they were badly behaved about something and you had to forgive them in the past for something, and it feels like, do I have the energy to do that again? Are they even going to come back in again? It feels like they know you forgave them one too many times. So at the moment, they've got the King of Swords. They're totally stalking your online activity. They're keeping an eye on you. They're biding their time. They're figuring out, how do I get back in their head again? This person's very good at playing mind games. Or they're very good at connecting. I call it making your brain tingle. You know, when someone just gets in your head. This person's very good at that. And they're very good at communicating. Oh, see, my goodness. We have the Strength card, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. They're really going to have to do something different this time, aren't they? But it feels like, do you know what, if they come in and correctly communicate, you're going to forgive them. You're going to forgive them with that Strength card, because there's been time now and there's just something here, and you didn't want them to go ghost on you, but part of you kind of wants the opportunity to ask them all the questions. I think when they come back in again, because they are coming, they're on their way. What you need to do is work out what you need to ask them and force them to answer them. And you also need to assess what kind of apology they give you. So if it's an apology where they're like, right, I'm sorry, but we're not talking about it because I've just said sorry, so that's given me the free pass to not ever talk about it or address it. That's not an apology, that's a control. That's to get you to shut up, that's to get you to do what they want. But if someone comes in remorseful, where they're like, I'm so sorry, I done this impacted you like that, I really regret it, I don't want to be that person, I want to be a better person, that is somebody who is not only apologising, but they are remorseful, and that they're taking accountability, and they actually understand the impact that they've had on you. So then if they do it again, they have no excuse, you know. The Four of Cups reversed, quite a low energy. The Four of Swords is going to give you some kind of healing, you know. And then the Seven of Pentacles, deciding whether you want to invest in them in the future. I'm going to do a connection spread between the both of you, because it feels like whatever communication is coming, it's going to really give you the chance to ask the questions of them that you needed to ask. And that in itself may be hard to hear with the Four of Cups reversed, but with the Four of Swords, it's a level of, okay, so that's what happened then. That's why they were the way they were. That's why they done what they done. And when we move into the Four of Swords, we can accept where we are. We can rest. We can recharge our batteries. And then we come back out in the world again, you know. Down this side is you, the King of Swords again. This person's quite controlling. And then down this side is them. And then down the middle is the connecting energy. So in the recent past, this whole situation is because of them. They hurt you more than anyone else has ever hurt you. We have the world in the past, and then we have the Fool reversed. We have the world in the past up there as well. You may well have found them on a dating site, or they may have very quickly went back to dating when the both of you broke up. They lacked commitment, even though there was fun between the both of you. They didn't treat it as a grown-up relationship, and it's really annoying because this person presents as a grown-up. They present as a bit of a know-it-all. They present as a bit of, you know, worldly and wise and everything. And it's really hard because as much as they present as that, they're also a commitment phobe. It feels like if you met this person on a dating site, they may have just deactivated their account. I don't know if there was cheating in this. You will know that. You will know what happened. You will know what you were forgiving them for. But it does feel like they kept their options open. At the moment, they've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. This is one of my favourite Wheel of Fortune cards. This is the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. You've got the two people celebrating on top and the one person getting kicked out. And with it being reversed, I think this is getting very close to you finally getting to the point where you can just get rid of them. Because you don't want to go there again. And because this person presents as the King of Swords, it's very easy to think that they know everything and to think what we think. The Three of Pentacles is working together, but then the Four of Wands reversed. There's a reminder of what it is that you would like from a relationship. So normally when we're looking for a relationship, we're hoping for a union like a marriage. We're looking for the celebrations in life. We're looking for that partner that to go on holiday with. And this card is to tell you or remind you, what do you want from a relationship? Because this person's coming back in and they're going to communicate with you. And they're very good at getting in your head. And they're very good at presenting as somebody who has remorse and they're not going to do it again and everything. But there's also a thing here of just be careful they don't come back in again and stop you from having what you would like from a relationship, because it feels like this person is stuck in who they are. They may have remorse and they may evolve, but truly they are still who they are. There's a message from your angels with that. They're not going to completely change. So whatever the issues were with the connection, there's something cold about them. And there's something that they don't always listen to you. I'm feeling a void. So even when you were with this person and at the happiest point of your relationship with this person, there's a void there. I can feel like I'm sitting on a sofa with someone and two people looking at their own phones and not communicating. There was something where they felt detached and cold, and there was a lack of if I'm seeing the connection as a chain, two people like interlinking, one of the links was missing, and you kept overlooking it because this person's a very good talker. When they're trying to talk their way out of something, or when they're trying to impress you, or when they're trying to use their words with you, they're very good at it. They're also very hurt with it. They hurt a lot. But there was something with this connection that was missing for you. When you look at it and think, if I thought about my personal perfect relationship, it wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be this person. It wouldn't be what was going on. But the communication that's coming, I do think it's going to give you the chance to actually move forward and have what you need out of life. I'm kind of seeing them coming in with a tray of, not a tray of things, but like them going, okay, I'm an open book. I will tell you everything everything you need to know. And it feels like it's going to be the most honest they've ever been with you. But with that strength card and the Four of Swords, it's going to allow you to detach from this. Got the Knight of Pentacles reversed again, and it's in the near future. They're going to have to really do something different. But with the Queen of Pentacles reversed on this side, it feels like you're going, no, I don't want to build it with you. I don't want to build it with you. You've got your back to them. You don't want to build it with them. You don't want a future with them. You want something strong and secure with somebody else, and you want somebody who's going to follow your lead, and you want someone who, where you're in the relationship, you feel like you're building it together. There's something about this King of Swords energy where they have their life and they make choices and decisions, and you were like an addition. You were like an accessory. But overall, they're the one that made all the choices and decisions. If you've got the Queen of Pentacles energy, you're the one that should be equally making it. I've got a feeling this is your future relationship. I have a feeling you may already be getting to know somebody, who's a very good contender. And at that point, this person's presenting as the King of Rods or the King of Wands reversed, which is self-made problems and somebody who has a bit of a temper. This person can regret all that they want. And I do think they genuinely regret. And I do think there's answers that you need from them. And you're going to get them. And I think the answers to the questions that you have isn't as bad as what you think they are, I think they're going to be very honest with you, and you're going to accept the honesty. It kind of feels like you've been thinking, oh well, they were doing this and this and this and this and this, like worst case scenario. But what they're gonna say is, no, to be honest, it was just, if they were dating, it was just one other person or whatever it was. It isn't as bad as what you think, but it's still as bad, just because it was one thing they done wrong instead of 10 things that they done wrong. That one thing still hurts as much as the 10 things, and it does feel like this is really your opportunity to disconnect from them. I'm going to put a couple of oracle cards for you. What do we need to know? I think you're going to freely move forward from this person, and I think you have a very strong marriage in your future. The Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, they build a road to success, and they've built a very strong one. And whoever that person is, they're happy to follow your lead. They listen to you, they respect you. And when I'm looking at the chain links of the relationship, it's intact and it's glowing and it's lovely. So, fertility, you're going to have a family, business, whatever. I see a little cat's face. Can you see a little cat's face there? Little ginger cat. Little ginger cat. So, move forwards. Move forwards into a relationship with somebody who's going to make you feel like you're growing and everything. Because the person that regrets walking away, there's something cold and detached about them. And there's nothing that can fill that void. You can try and fill it all you want. It's just not going to fill. And there's nothing that they can do to change that. It's just always going to be there. It's a little bit missing chemistry or something. I have a feeling that while you were still with this person, they made you feel very lonely at some points. And you don't deserve to feel lonely. You deserve someone that you have eye contact with and you feel seen and heard and encouraged. And you have that in your future with somebody else. So if you've been thinking, am I waiting for my ex to come back, or am I going to try somebody new? Try the new person, absolutely. Because there's a marriage there, and there's a business there, and there's growth and fertility, and there's life, and there's feeling loved and fulfilled and all of the things. So that's what I have for you. I'm going to wrap you in a massive bubble of protection. So Angie, take care anyway. And thank you so much for being here with me today. If you've made it to this point, write spanner, or is it a wrench? Well, we're going to call it a spanner. Write spanner in the comments, because then I know you made it right to the end of the reading, because not many people do, because these are the readings that we check out halfway through and then we're like, oh no, this isn't for me, and that's fine. So if you've made it this point, you either like listening, and I really appreciate it, or you took something good from this, hopefully. I will see you soon.